The Denver Broncos announced that they could be getting a Week 1 offensive starter back into the fold. According to this announcement from the team has designated tight end Greg Dulcich to return from injured reserve with his hamstring injury. Dulcich has only played in 2 games this year. He initially injured that hamstring in Week 1 against the Raiders, tried to return in Week 6 against the Kansas City Chiefs, and unfortunately it did not go well. He ended up re-injuring it, went back on injured reserve. The Broncos are hoping that these hamstring issues with Greg Dulcich are finally behind him. They've plagued him his entire NFL career, and even dating back to his college career, this hamstring has been a big issue for Greg Dulcich. He has gone on and seen a lot of specialists during this rehab process, and Sean Payton said that he's done quite a bit of work to change his stride and change his gait to potentially limit these hamstring injuries moving forward. We'll have to see if that effort is going to make much of a difference or not, but regardless, the Broncos do get Greg Dulcich back into the fold, at least for now. We don't know if he's going to play Week 15 against the Detroit Lions. Sean Payton said that we'll see in terms of the Lions game, but if not, I do feel like on a slightly longer week, maybe we could see Greg Dulcich return against the New England Patriots on Christmas Eve. I think that might be a little bit more of a realistic target. That way we can get him warmed up in those last couple of games of the regular season and hopefully have him really at full strength as we head into the playoffs, obviously assuming Denver can get there, knock on wood. So right now, it's all about getting Greg Dulcich comfortable. I don't necessarily know if the Lions game is the right time to bring him back, but the Broncos did have to make a decision if they were going to activate him or if they were going to let him stay on injured reserve for the remainder of the season. The Broncos do indeed feel like he's going to come back this year. Again, we don't know if it's going to be Week 7, but when he does come back, he's obviously going to be a big factor in this offense, and he could be the real missing piece for this offense that's lacking explosive plays downfield. He showcased some of what he could do in Week 1. He really did have a nice role in the first half of the Raiders game, and then in the 2-minute drill right prior to halftime is when he ended up getting injured initially. So we really never got to see what Greg Dulcich could do for this offense. If Week 1 against the Raiders when he was healthy is any indication, I actually feel like Greg Dulcich could be a factor. The Broncos were actually utilizing him quite a bit in training camp in the preseason as a big slot receiver. That could be his role moving forward when he does return. So Greg Dulcich will probably be back, if I had to put my money on it, probably next week against the New England Patriots on Christmas Eve is a little bit more of a realistic target to see Greg Dulcich coming back. All right, Broncos country, I'm curious, how confident are you in Greg Dulcich in his return? Do you guys feel like that he can be depended on for the Denver Broncos, or do you feel like the Broncos are just kind of lucky to get anything from him at this point after suffering so many injuries? Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are 2 free and easy ways to show your support. Helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out and helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.